that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Start pulling this while he over there finagles on his phone with that El Gallo built merch. Yeah. All right. That was a fiasco. Jaden broke a few parts, but that'll be all right.
What are you going to do, man?
That's what happens when you hire white people.
It's a 30-year-old truck. It'll be all right.
No. It's a Chevy. It would have been all right if you didn't touch it. Yeah, so those threads did not want to come off. So I'm going to have to text Jeff a picture of this so we can get another line coming, because I don't know what the hell. So we need a new line that goes from the heater core to the condenser. He didn't get a condenser, but hopefully we don't need to replace that. But now that we got this apart, now we got to try to take this whole thing apart, replace the heater core, and it all goes back together.
Should still just be 5.5 millimeters. I got 2 of them out. I think there's 3 or 4 more.
Well, you missed one right there. That's where you broke the panel.
It was already broken.
No, it was not.
Saying. So I didn't even touch this one. Look, it's loose.
All right, excuses.
Didn't even touch it.
Excuses, but we'll go ahead and replace this, throw this back in there, and then hopefully tonight we can throw in the dash, because this in itself was a pain. So, yeah, we're going to replace this real quick and see if we can't break no more plastic.
By the way, you can still get merch like this awesome shirt. Yep. Oh, sorry. There you go. Yep.
Merch available.
Oh, God, Will.
Hit the link.
All right.
All right, so we finally discovered, or kind of came up with these what's the word? Comprehension, understanding of why these lines were seized up.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, these lines, everything in the condenser and AC system is supposed to be aluminum. That nut back there is aluminum. No, that one back there, yeah. However, the one that stripped on me up there, along with now these 2 that I'm trying to remove, because I was trying to remove the line just to be sure that it wasn't going to strip, because also I have a whole new seal kit. I was supposed to replace all the seals in this whole kit. Found out that these nuts on these 3 lines, or 2 lines, are actually a steel nut.
And some of y'all may be wondering, how did we do that? Well, this is why I'm a vapor. On the bottom of my vape is a magnet. Contrary to popular belief, I legitimately use this during work all the time, figuring out what's steel and what's aluminum. So we learned steel is magnetic. So if I set my vape right there, it will stay. Now, if you move to the line, nothing. It will not stick because the line is aluminum. A lot of y'all, or some of y'all should know, steel and aluminum don't mix.
You're not supposed to use steel on aluminum because of this cross-contamination, and ends up corroding. So
they don't mix, just like Mexicans at the border. You just don't do that. You don't put the 2 and 2 together, all right?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So yeah, we got to get a new condenser and 2 new lines coming for this thing. So I got to get Jeff to order some new lines. And that's what we got. So we're going to, for now, again, try to set that assembly back into the firewall, and then set the dash in place. And then hopefully I can find the nuts, because I have a whole assortment of nuts that I just threw into a random box. And I don't know which box is for the dash and which box is for the interior. So I don't know if we're going to get that dash in today. All right, guys, so we got the AC box back in. I think I still have a few more bolts to put in right by the firewall over there. And in the meantime, we're going to be waiting for the AC lines, but the only thing I can hook up right now is the heater hoses, and that will be pretty much it. And then I'm going to need some help to set the dash in place so I don't damage it. I finally have my tools to remove the calipers. I'm going to be working on the calipers in the front, getting these taken apart and redone or painted up, and then as well as getting the rear fuel tank sanded, painted, and throwing that back into the to the interior. So a bunch of time lapse again of cleaning, painting, prepping, and continuing on this thing. And then again this weekend, I should have some more help to get this a lot of this stuff wrapped up. So today is Thursday, February 5th, I think it was. If not, I'll put it right here. Or 6th. Today might be the 6th. But we have a few more days for LST, and hopefully with the help of some guys are going to be coming during the week and this weekend, we should have no problem making it for the show. So as you saw right here as well, I got some brake line because I am gonna do the new brake line down back in there, and I do also have the new rear main seal for the transmission. So that's another thing that I got to put in. So enough jibber jabbering before the heat starts baking the garage again, because it is starting to get warm. Let me go ahead and set you guys up on the tripod, time lapse, and then it's right here, and then we'll get started on the continuation of the assembly of this thing. So LST's coming up quick, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, we got the calipers and spindles off. Got to clean up the grease a little bit and then start hitting it with a wire wheel so we can start getting these ready for paint. So that's going to be on the to-do list for today. All right, there we have it. These spindles and calipers and backing plates are painted. Now I just got to give it a few minutes to dry so we can start messing with it, and then we can start assembling the new rotors onto the front suspension, and then finalize actually that. Right now I will go ahead and start mounting the backs to the front back plates, and then probably uncover the back and start mounting the calipers and rotors on the back end, and as well as go ahead and mount the fuel tank. So while this dries, that's what I'm going to be doing real quick. Quite a bit of mess. A lot of brake dust, years and years of brake dust caked onto those calipers and rotors. But time was worth it, so I had to cover up the truck just to be safe, because we didn't want to get overspray not only on the cab but on the freshly painted and powder coated frame and links, and also the dash. So got everything covered up for now. Looking like a surgical room now, very dirty surgical room. But Jeff actually just messaged me that the AC line, at least one of the AC lines has come in. The new front shocks has come in. So we're getting parts in as we're putting this thing together, and she is coming along. So let me get back on this while we wait for that to dry, and I'll pick this back up later. Jeff is actually on his way over today. So while I wait for him to come in so we can start putting the dash in, I got some grease finally for the front hubs. I'm going to go ahead and get the front suspension bolted up, tightened down, as well as the rear calipers, rotors. So for now, again, going to just, I guess, assemble front and rear brakes, and then I need to clean up this wiring harness that's up under the truck right there. Get that wrapped up and routed through and see where that's going to go. And then go ahead and start breaking out the harness for the manifold. Get the wires for that set up and routed, as well as also mount the front bags. Get those mounted, and then probably see if I can go ahead and drill out cut out the hole in that back plate for the airline to go through. So that's the task for today, at least for now until Jeff gets here. And then I'll have him help me put the dash in, and then he'll probably start going ahead and putting the door panels, maybe the carpet. I don't know if he's bringing the speaker box today, but maybe the speaker box. So he's got a couple parts coming for it already. But yeah, that's the plan. And then during the week, I'll bring the fenders in, mount the fenders. We got to end up blading the master cylinder. I'm not going to go through all this because I've already mentioned this several times before. I'm not sure if it's going to be in this video or then I've mentioned it before in previous videos. So long story short, let me just go ahead and get started on this. Get everything started mounting up. Let me see if I can find my tripod over there. All right, driver's side is pretty much all done. Just need to clean up the brake line a little bit and then figure out a way if we want to tap this in here and screw it in, or if we just want to tie it up or whatnot. But that'll be for later. But rotors are on. The nut is not all the way on yet. I didn't tap this cap back on that hard, but I can still take it off. Because another thing I forgot is my cotter pins. I got some cotter pins at work. I just need to go pick them up. But that's going to be it for this side of the suspension. Now I can go ahead and move on to the passenger side. Essentially just the same thing I did on this side, just reversed. So now I'm going to, start on this side. Get this all set up in place and ready to go. So here we go again. All right, Jeff finally made it over. We're over here taking care of the AC stuff. He's only been here 5 minutes and he's already sweating. But
That's how this works.
no pressure.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
he's
no
taking
AC, that's the problem.
no AC. That's what we got. So he's taking care of the AC line up there. I'm taking care of the condenser. As you saw, I got all the brakes pretty much wrapped up. We are going to get a new wheel bearing for that side. I need cotter pins still, and then I still need to do the front bags. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and swap out the condenser, and then I'm going to move over here to the back and start wrapping up the brake lines, or the brake calipers, the rotors, and the brake line for the rear half over here. And then probably before Jeff heads out today, hopefully we can get the dash put in and start getting that ready to wire up. So that's the plan. Just a bunch of time lapses of everything getting done at once. So
It's Saturday and we're working late.
right. So we're gonna need a lot of Modelos. All right, little update. We have the condenser put in. Jeff already had the new alternator put in. Belt is on. We still haven't put the AC line. We're waiting on the other one to come in. I think it comes. When did you say the other AC line comes in?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. So that one will be put in later on in the week. I got pretty much all the suspension wrapped up, kind of semi-tightened. I am going to go pick up the new bearings for this side either this afternoon or tomorrow morning. Get those swapped out since this one was looking a little bit questionable. But the bags are in, control arms are in. The, what's it called? The steering kit from Infamous is in. Let's see, what else did we do? I got the holes already cut out in those backing plates for the lines. The air lines from the front are already going towards the back.
Got the shocks though.
Got the shocks, new front shocks that we had at MacGyver a little bit. Painted, ready to go. Touching up some last minute couple things. Rear calipers and rotors are on. Rear wiring harness is all wrapped up. It's going to be seen back here, redone. And then brake lines I was going to do today, but I forgot my brake line bender at work.
Yeah.
So when I go pick up all that stuff, I'll go get my bender so I can make some decent bends on this line back here.
Claudio's making all new brake lines.
Partial brake lines.
I know. Still.
Started from here forward or back. But yeah, we got, what else did we get done today? The last bolts from the heater box thing is all bolted in. Jeff went ahead and got the mirrors taken off. He's got new mirrors.
Yeah, we got brand new electric mirrors.
New mirrors, new electric mirrors to go in. Man, what else?
You already got the wrap, right?
The
cabling?
Yeah, the wrap in the back that you did. I think all I did was up here was put this bracket in for the brake master cylinder and ABS stuff. Yeah, that's about it. I did the other inner tie rod on the passenger side. That wasn't put on yet. And trying to think what else. Kind of just jumped back and forth doing a little stuff here and there that needed to be done.
Yeah.
But
You got grommets in for the hoses. All the hoses lines are in. You probably saw
yep.
that. That's pretty much.
It was a lot of work, but it doesn't seem like we did too much.
Well, in YouTube land, it's like 3.5 minutes.
Right.
When it's not 3.5 minutes.
Yeah,
It's not 3.5 minutes. But
it shows we've been working, but it's looking good. It's coming together pretty quickly, in my opinion.
Yeah, we got to get it ready so we can get the paint correction. I'll call it
Paint correction.
We'll call it paint correction. But got Jose coming next weekend to help us with that.
Hopefully he makes it.
Yeah.
I'll keep him posted.
As long as we don't have any more injuries in the Gallo fam.
No,
right?
that wasn't Jose. That was Jaden.
It was Jaden.
Jaden.
We don't need any more injuries in the in the group, right?
Right. So, yeah. I mean, aside from what we did together, I had the front suspension all knocked out this morning, so
Yeah.
that was a major hurdle. But front suspension is honestly pretty much wrapped up. Besides some cotter pins that I got to pick up from work. And
we're gonna put new bearings in.
yeah, I already mentioned that. Yeah, I got to pick that up tomorrow morning. So I just got to make a list, make sure I don't forget anything, and then.
Did I forget anything? Because when I looked last weekend, I had a list too. Shocks. Did I get it all?
I think so.
Yeah. We're just waiting on the other hose for the
Well, the AC lines, but one of those didn't come in.
Yeah. And then the battery bracket. Oh, we got the battery bracket.
The battery-
here today.
Yeah.
It's probably at the house now.
Yeah. That's one of the things that we'll probably work on tomorrow is running a lot of the battery cables, the wiring for the airlift system. I'd like to go ahead and potentially before you leave today, let's go ahead and try to at least mount the dash in there.
Yeah.
And then that way early tomorrow morning, I'll get a head start on it. Should be able to get onto it. And then,
I want to put these in so everybody can hear us coming.
right. Yeah, we got to figure that out. And
Totally just
I think
got these to mess with people.
so. So I think if we can't fit it behind the grill, I think the next best option is behind the bumper because there's a lot of real estate under there.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, there's probably a plate under here too.
Yeah, I mean there's.
Oh, we could honestly just take a piece of flat bar from bumper to bumper
Yeah.
and just put 2 nuts in or bolts, and then mount them.
Yeah, facing forward. Well, I don't know. You'd catch a lot of dirt and stuff like that.
But if we don't have it high enough or blocked, right? Hey,
My templates.
hey, man, I'm sorry, but what you turned this into?
I'm not. Honestly, no. I am not proud of those.
Well,
Not my greatest moment, but what can you do with limited tools?
yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, we're not a big shop. We're doing this in the garage.
Yeah.
You know, limited tools. We've had to buy a couple things, but that's just something to get the job done. You know, there's certain things you have to have, but.
Yeah, and in all honesty, I would say that a lot of this stuff is like hurdles that I haven't even come across because it's everything. A lot of this stuff is still, as much as it seems like I know what I'm doing, there's still a lot of stuff that's still brand new to me, and I'm still trying to figure it out.
We're learning.
And so it's still a learning curve for me, but I appreciate everybody that's been coming and asking me for work to get done and trusting me with their vehicles.
And my truck's almost out of here, so if you want something done, get on the list.
You know, they already got 3 on the list, so
we got 3.
Yeah. Fluffy, his single cap's getting back front and rear, tubs front and rear. Full bags. And then I got another guy, I don't know his real name. I just know him by Bag Chino on his Instagram.
Okay.
So he wants to do a 3-link in the back with tubs and then probably also a front relocation kit. So that's coming up. And then I can't remember there was another guy that messaged me about something else. So I can't remember off the top of my head. He just messaged me a couple days ago. But we'll have something new here coming in the channel pretty soon. And then the short also that I made, I don't know if that lowrider might be coming in here because he wants me to like weld up the exhaust and then do a couple of things on his, but nothing too major. Yeah. So, and then pretty cool. and then actually that might be in a short video because I need to tow it for him from here to Corpus where he's going to have all the pinstriping and the murals done.
Oh, really?
On the interior.
Man, what I want to know. So I saw there's a couple of guys on the interwebs that are doing on the etching. So you powder coat whatever it is, and then they'll etch it, and then clear it.
Yeah.
Man, I've seen some really cool designs.
Yeah.
I think I was thinking about for the wheels, because I think the wheels would be awesome if you took that purple center and actually did a mural or some type of design.
Like engraving?
Engraved in that wheel. I don't know. It may be too busy, but I saw a couple of laying on the lake where the rims.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The actual lips.
Yeah, the lips get
were
engraved.
completely engraved.
Yeah.
And it actually looked.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of work though. I'm sure those guys charge a lot of money.
Because it's all by hand.
Yeah.
It's all by hand. I don't know unless they're doing that with a laser. I mean, I guess I can see where, but most I've seen are by hand.
Yeah, they're using like a little Dremel to get all that stuff done.
You guys are artists, man.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's what we got so far for today. Like I said, last thing for today is to get this dash mounted in place, and then
Showed it yet? Have you showed it
I showed a little bit of it. I think I mentioned I don't know if you want to go ahead and just mention it now, but I did say that you weren't satisfied with who we took it to.
Yeah.
On this dash. So he is only happy with how the dash came out, but everything else was kind of questionable.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the top side of the dash is good. There's still a couple of areas down in here where it's, like if you get up actually down in here and then some of the under panels, you could see where it's bunched up, I guess. It didn't lay flat.
Yeah.
So,
kind of like in here, but I mean, this isn't going to get seen because it's covered up. But
yeah, for the most part, the dash was good. I mean, it really was. I mean, it's not horrible. But yeah, like the actual pieces that go around the dash is what bothered me.
Yeah.
Like the piece that goes under here.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah, we'll see most of them once we start getting a little bit more of the interior done, and then. But.
Yeah, but we've got those guys. So I've got another company did the seats
and the
door
console.
panels.
Oh, and the console, yeah.
too. The jump seat.
Okay.
So it's jump seat. So these are 2020 seats. So we've got, I at the end of the day, we've got a set of 2020 seats without headrest now, so it's smooth. And we've got the jump seat for the center. That's all been wrapped in black leather. And then both of the manual door panels have been wrapped in black leather.
Yeah, that being said, we are temporarily just putting the manual door panels in there for LST, and then after LST, he's going to swap them out for the power, because he does have already power mirrors and regulators to go into the doors.
Yeah, because my daughter's going to be driving this, so she's not grown up in an era where you have manual windows and trying to unlock the doors and
From the
even,
other side.
Put an alarm on it, and it'll lock the doors. But even when someone walks up to try to get in, trying to reach over the old school thing.
Yeah.
If I was going to be driving this, I'd leave it manual.
Yeah.
I just
keep
like
it old
that.
school.
I like the old school
Yeah.
flavor of, your girl walks around the truck, you open the door, she opens the door for you, right?
Yep.
It's like, she loves me, the whole thing. Yeah. Yeah. So, no, I really like that, but no, for a 16-year-old in today's age, you tell them they got to reach over and roll the window down, they look at you and say, what?
Is it not Bluetooth?
But believe it or not, Audrey actually started to say she liked the manual. So I don't know. I guess us talking about it, she kind of likes it, but she's kind of wishy-washy. So she doesn't know. So we got both panels.
Yeah.
So we're putting in electric mirrors, going from manual to electric mirrors, manual to electric windows. We have a universal kit, and then the locks already have actuators in, so we just got to hook those up. So she'll have power windows, power rearview mirrors, and power locks and windows. So that's really awesome.
Yeah. And then a lot of the stuff is, like I said, we mentioned already, the body's going to get cleaned up and then color corrected for LST. And then we're thinking we might send it for paint after LST for future shows. What's going to be the next show after LST that we're going to try to make it to?
So we know we're going to do Heat Wave.
Okay.
But there was another show that we were talking about this in April, I think. Is it Out Numble?
Yes.
Showdown or
Yes, Texas Showdown.
Texas Showdown?
Yeah, I believe
Maybe
that's
that
one
was
it
it.
is.
Yeah.
That one's in Humble.
I think there's another one out there that we were talking about. So we got that one. And then, of course, the big one for us this year is going to be Dino's.
Yeah, Dino's Get Down is going to be the major one that was going to be a big trip.
Yeah.
Because one of the major sponsors that we had for this truck is
the first sponsor
that went all in. This is the only. Oh, that's another thing we need to talk about.
Yeah.
So the sponsors.
Yeah, because I've noticed. I don't know. I know anytime you watch a video and you see a sponsor, this video is sponsored by, this video is sponsored by. I think I don't know what other channels do, but for this build, sponsorships don't always mean free. I mean, for the most part, you can project 25 to 35% off. Like if you've got a sponsor, they're going to give you 25 to 35% off what you purchase for the project. As long as we have to show them in the video, we have to return. It's an investment for them.
It's an advertisement, so
absolutely, it's advertisement. So, and trust me, it comes in handy when you're spending. I mean, we were looking at this build and we've easily got, but for this truck and where it's at, I'm not saying it's a lot, because I think you see some of these builds today and they're 25, 35. Hell, you can just order a frame for this thing, it's $35,000.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, a lot of that thanks to Claudio, we've been able to get this done and actually do this. But, I mean, we've got 15, 20 grand in this build at the end of the day. Just for everybody to kind of see, what can I do with my truck out of my garage? We probably have without that. But I'd probably say we've got a couple of $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 worth of things that were fully sponsored across the board throughout all the sponsors. Discounts. If we ordered something for $100, we paid $70. Right?
Yeah.
So if you add all that up, that's really the sponsorship we got. And I'll tell you, it's mainly because of Audrey. I think this being a 16-year-old girl's first truck, I think is just cool.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is God. I wish I had this truck when I was 16.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, I had a pretty cool S10 that was slammed, but yeah, it took a little while for me to get bags on my personal ride. So
no, we hear you.
But she's gonna love it.
Yeah. So that's the one thing that we wanted to go over, to make sure like everybody knows that it's not 100% sponsored through everybody. Everybody gave us a little bit of discount, but it's not fully free. So a lot of stuff Jeff still had to pay for.
But I definitely will give props to LG Billet.
Yeah.
They came on first. They called us. I sent. Oh my God. I sent 40, 50 emails. Every contact us on the websites, I put together a story for what the build was, just a short story, and I sent it to everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely everybody. And it 4.5, 5 months, I got no callback, no email, no reply, nothing, right? And I just got a call one day from LG Billet, and a guy named Jeff called me and told me that Paul and AJ and all those wanted to jump on board. They loved the story. The owner of LG Billet has kids, right? So when he jumped on and I was able to finally say in that story, we're a sponsored build, right? So take it how you will, right? But we were at that point. We had a sponsor. I think it helped a lot.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, we appreciate LG Billet. We appreciate all the sponsors because Excess Power, I mean, they came in clutch with the batteries and stuff. You know, we still had to pay for them. We got a discount, but we had to pay for them, right?
Yep.
So we have a couple of sponsors that we haven't even used yet, just because of financial.
Yeah.
Like we've got Dakota Digital, and we're going right now. We're not at that point yet. Maybe when we do an engine swap, we'll do that. But they were willing to, give us a discount, which was awesome. Intro Wheels, that's another one. We haven't used that yet, but they've offered to help us out as well with the discount. Right?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, there's still sponsors we have that we haven't even used yet.
Yeah, hopefully with as much progress that we've made on it, and the future, give them a list at least of the shows that it's going to be in. Hopefully, we can get more people on board and get a little bit more discounts and stuff like that.
You'd be amazed how many of those connections, like those relationships, you build at the shows, because they're there. The guys that are in the trenches talking about the builds, they're at these shows. And I've learned that I've probably gotten like QA1. I needed some shocks, some adjustable shocks for my Dodge, and I couldn't get a hold of anybody at QA1. Not tech support or anything, but I'm trying to get whatever.
Yeah.
And of course you go to the show and they've got show deals, they've got coupons there that you can take. I mean, everything. So
Yeah.
the shows really are a good networking place.
Yeah.
Right? They get to see the build, to see what the vision is. And usually you can get something done right there at the show.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yep. She's coming along. So I think, like I mentioned, the last thing we got to do is for today,
Yeah.
get this knocked in, get this thing put in, mount it up in place. Hopefully, no issues, and then we'll pick this back up tomorrow. So let me set this back up on the corner over here, and we'll start.